I am in the car right now with my parents and my little nephew, and we are on our way to buy fruit trees for their property. This is exciting for all of us. I'm pretty sure all of us 3 adults are equally excited to do this because it's a dream. Being able to go and buy fruit trees for a property where you have room to put fruit trees, this is very exciting. So I think we're buying apple, peach, and hopefully cherry today. So I'm gonna take you along. I'm probably not gonna do a lot of talking. I'm just gonna kind of like show you while we're there, and then on a separate day we'll plant them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're not self-pollinating, if I remember.
All right. Yes.
Very exciting.
I am excited.
Me too.
Let him help you.
Yep.
Like how I do with Chloe.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, I did not get to be here when they planted these trees. That was definitely the goal, was to get some filming of that. But my mom and dad got these trees planted. So we have the cherry, the peach, and then the 2 apples, because the apples need to pollinate each other. And they're planning next year on adding another apple, which I think they're gonna put here, and then they're gonna do another peach and another cherry. Don't know where they're gonna put the peaches and the cherry, but yeah, so I did not bring my tripod here today. Me and Ben actually just came to get some exercise and hang out, but I do want to, as best I can without my tripod, tell you what the plan is for the garden and the orchard. So I'm gonna start, like I said, it's gonna be kind of difficult to show you, but here there's this fence and these trees, and it's right next to the smoke shack, and the house is up here. You can see Dixie, my car, right there. So I'm gonna turn slowly. So this is the front, okay? This is the front of the garden. So I'm gonna turn slowly, and all of this property behind that fence, it's basically a giant, I'd say, square. And then when you turn, there's the barn, and keep turning, there's the smoke shack. By the way, we call it that because that's where my dad has his smoker and his grill and stuff, just so you know. So we're keeping the area directly in front of the smoke shack open and clear for picnic tables. I think they may want to put in like a gazebo so that we can entertain. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand right at the line here. So smoke shack is right behind me. I'm standing in between the smoke shack and these trees here. Okay, now I'm gonna turn back around. So there's the line. So from me this way to the barn is gonna be kept open. We're not planting anything there because my parents want that space to entertain. So from me this way is all going to be gardens and orchards. So at the back of this square is gonna be the orchard, all right? They already have the 4 trees. They're gonna add 2 more for a total of 6. And that's all we're doing back here because we don't wanna overcrowd them. We wanna give them space. And then when you come into the front of the trees, this from the fence, sorry, I'm on my phone. From the fence here to the trees back there, this is all gonna be their garden space. We're gonna do raised beds. This whole thing is gonna be fenced in. We're not there yet. It's gonna take time. It might not even be this year because that's expensive. But this whole square here, they're gonna fence because the deers, oh my gosh, the deers are just unreal. I mean, my goodness. So any kind of garden that they do here is doomed if they don't have some sort of protection. Now I'm gonna walk backwards so I can show you something else. Okay, so I'm pretty much standing, we were just standing right here. I just walked forward. So this is that gap between the smoke shack and the trees and the fence that I was telling you. So this way is the barn, this way is there are the trees. I'm standing right next to the trees. Okay, so when I turn, we've got some additional space here for more trees. Now, do you see all of this nasty brush here? There's quite a bit. I'd say probably 10 feet this way can be cleared. It doesn't slope, it's still flat, and there is just brush. Some trees you can kind of see here, like the occasional tree, but it's not all trees, and a lot of it can just be bush hogged or even mowed over with a good mower. So my dad is working on getting that figured out and getting this cleared. So this will get us like this amount of space here from the trees to the brush. This much that way can still be cleared. So once that is cleared, we're gonna line the back here with thorned fruit bushes, raspberries, blackberries. If you may have caught my raspberry propagation video, that's for this property. I'm gonna bring those here for them. Because once you get to the edge of where we're gonna clear, it drops, and I'm talking drops and down into a ravine where the creek is. And we've got children, hopefully more children in the future, that play and run around back here, and we want a barrier between the garden and the ravine, right? And also this area right here is where we're gonna be like picnic tables and eating and having family cookouts and stuff. So we want the ravine. Right now you can't hardly get to it because of all the brush. Once that brush is gone, we're gonna put the thorned fruit bushes to try and keep children and dogs and whatnot from right off the edge. But that'll be really nice because that means all of our food is gonna be together. So fruit bushes here, fruit trees here, and then gardens here. It's all gonna be conveniently nice and together. And you can see, so like that's the smoke shack, and you can see a little bit of the house behind it. So very close, all together, permaculture principles. It's all gonna be nice and close together. I'm trying to talk my parents into putting a duck house out here and putting some ducks once it's fenced. Having ducks out here so that they can kind of patrol the gardens and the orchard and eat all of the slugs and stuff. And I think that would be really fun, a great use of ducks, and obviously then they can have their eggs and stuff too. And yeah, so now we're gonna walk over and take a look at the fruit trees that already came on the property and see what they look like. It's obviously all leafed out. So this is the existing orchard over here, all of this. We think that this is either apple or pear. So let's take a look and see what we can see. I was here about 3 weeks ago, and these were covered. Oh, this is definitely apple. These were covered in flowers. Look. Ah, that's for sure apple. That is a little baby apple. Oh. I love homesteading. I love it. I cannot even tell you the joy that is in my heart right now seeing that little baby apple. Ah! Stop. Oh, I'm so happy. They're everywhere. Look at all of those. Oh, wow, I am beside myself in joy. Okay, so that's this tree. Now there's another one right next to it. We need to prune this, so I gotta get in here. That is this one. It's right next to the other one. And this one I think is also an apple. This is looking pretty appley, I think. Apple, right? There we go. I'm pretty sure that's an apple. I think it's an apple. I don't know. I don't have any fruit tree experience at all. I don't know what these look like when they are babies. I'm not used to that. So maybe these seem really small. These seem smaller than the other tree, so maybe that's because this needs to be pruned, or maybe it's because this is something else, but I think these are apples. I'm pretty sure. Cool. And then this tree is here as well. So I'm gonna turn. That was the first one we looked at. That was the second one that we just looked at, and then this one is here as well, and it makes just a canopy. You can see these need to be pruned really bad because it's just a canopy. These are old, these are very well established, but we don't know if this one even is a fruit tree. And oh, pears. This is a pear tree, I think. So these leaves are very different looking than the apple leaves, and the branches are a lot higher on this one, so it's hard for me to see. I think these are, oh, here's one. Yeah, these are pears. Look at that shape. I think that's a pear. Would you guys agree? I think that's a pear, but that's cool. Good. I'm glad. And I'm glad to see that we've got a little bit of diversity. And then these trees over here, I think, are just regular trees. I don't think these are fruit trees of any kind. Okay, so those are the 3 established fruit trees. And then they planted 6 other fruit trees. Oh, actually, you know what? This is a great example. So these branches are crossing. These are 2 different trees. So this is the one that I just showed you that I thought looked like a pear. And then if I just move this branch, it's right next to this branch. And I believe that these are apples. Yes. Yeah, I feel good about that. But again, I have no experience, so I'll let you guys know when we come out here to do some harvest. So here's a newer tree, more immature. And I'm not seeing anything on it. I'm not seeing any fruit of any kind on it. No, I'm not seeing anything on it to help me indicate what it is. And this one next to it. I don't see anything. Maybe they're not even fruit trees. I'm not sure about that. And then there's this one next to that. Right here. And very tall. I want to just chop the top off of this one so that it'll bush out. I don't see anything on this one either. These newer trees don't have, oh, and then this one, this is another little newer one, and it looks like it has apples. I would guess apples again. Okay, so it looks like we've got 3 apple and a pear. And then this one looks dead. Don't think anything's happening with that, and I don't think anything is happening with that. Okay, so yeah, it looks like 3 apple and a pear is actually going to produce this year and give us fruit. And that's cool. That's very exciting. I'm here for that. So I will absolutely be taking you guys along to do some harvesting when the time comes. But I just wanted to give you a little fruit update because I think when you are starting a homestead, as my parents are on this 5-acre property, fruit is one of the very first things to get going because it takes a while to get established and it's one of the most expensive items that you purchase at the grocery store. So it behooves you to get that established. And so I just wanted to share that we are. And I also wanted to share the layout for the garden, which if I had my tripod, I think I would have been able to share that a bit easier. Hopefully you understood, but I'll show you again, especially when we get going on it. Last thing, look at this willow. Was that nice? Did you have fun? You like coming here? Yeah. That willow's so pretty. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Can't wait to see you in my next one. Have faith and keep moving forward. Bye. Look at how beautiful and just full this is now that everything's grown up. That's a trail right here. That's a trail that goes down all the way down, and then you can walk through it to the creek. Look at how lush everything looks. We were gonna go to the creek, but it is about to thunder. It's thundering. So I don't think we're gonna go down there right now. But I just think it's amazing because my parents purchased this in the wintertime and we're in New York. So this was all dead, or like, you know, brown and no leaves. Look at how it has filled out. It's just amazing to me. I mean, really, truly incredible. Now I'm standing under the smoke shop canopy. And you can see, so this is literally right there is where I was standing when I first turned and showed you the garden. There's the fence there. So this gives you a great perspective. There's the fence of what this is gonna look like. Garden here, orchard here. All of this brush that you see here is gonna get pushed back about 10 feet, and then it's gonna be lined with thorned berry bushes. And then directly in front of me here is gonna be kept clear, and we're gonna put picnic benches, maybe a gazebo, so that Dad can be here grilling and we can be just living our best life, being a little homesteading family. So hopefully that gives you a really great, I should have just done this. Hopefully this gives you a really great idea. And Benny and I are hanging out underneath here because it is thundering and I'm hoping it's gonna rain. The sky back there, oh yeah, you can see it on camera. Look how dark. I'm hoping it rains. That'll be magical.